So in this video, I will show you how to use this truck scheduler that I built, and I sell this on my website and also on Etsy. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description. So this scheduler is a bit different than the other two scheduler that I sell, mainly because its main goal is to schedule truck by the trip. It's not really concerned with the miles. So if you want something that have mileage information, check out this two listing here that I saw on my website and also on Etsy. So this one on the left here, it requires Google API to calculate the distance between 2 points. So basically you enter your origin and then your destination, and it'll automatically calculate the miles between those 2 points using Google API. And then the one on the right, it also works the same way, except that it doesn't have a Google API. You have to manually enter in the distance between 2 points. And the reason why you don't want Google API usage is because sometimes it has limits and it resets. Okay, so if you're interested in the item with miles calculation or miles input, check out these two listing here. Okay, so let me show you how this current listing work here. Let me show you all the tabs that you'll get when you purchase this item. So what we'll do is we'll go through all the tabs and then we'll do an example, and then I will show you a template or scheduler with everything filled out. Okay, so it will come with 6 tabs. So the first tab is the data setup. So this is where you set up the driver name, phone number, driver's license number, truck number, trailer number, and then also the brokers that you work with. And then here is the truck scheduler. So here you could pick any year, month and start date, and it automatically updates. So for example, if we pick 2025, you can see update right here, and you pick a different month. So if you start April, and you can pick your start date. You can start on Monday, right? Or you can start on Sunday, and then you can pick any week in that month. So you start, week 3, it changes, right? Or you start with week 4, it changes. Okay, so if you pick Sunday here, right, it starts Sunday, and then the next day it'll start or next week it'll start or next day, it'll start Monday. So you can see you have 7 of these boxes, so 1 for each day of the week. So right, so if you start Sunday, then you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, so let's say we pick Sunday or Monday, and it will just Monday, Tuesday, so on and so forth. Okay, and then the calendar view is just basically we have one here that's a daily calendar view, and then one here is a weekly calendar view. So in daily calendar view, just pick any date that you want from this scheduler here, and then you can pick the status, any status you want, and it will display data for that day. And then here you have a weekly view as well. So this date here matches what you pick on the scheduler, and here you can choose any status that you like. And then on this run script transfer history here, this is a button that you can press so that you can archive the data from the dispatch scheduler to the history. So basically it'll just take whatever data that you have on your schedule here, and it'll archive it to this tab here. Okay, and then if you click on this here, this clear dispatch schedule, so basically you click on this, it will clear all the data from your schedule so that you can start the next week fresh. All right, so let's do an example. So here we can enter in the driver name. Okay, and let's say you can do phone number. Okay, as an example, driver's license. So just your number here, example. So we do truck number 1 and trailer maybe 12. Okay, and let's say broker, we do sample broker 1. Okay, so so once you set up here, you can set up as many as you want here, but on the scheduler you can only schedule up to 15, right? So let's say I already pick what I want here, so I'll do 2025. Let's see, where's 2025? All right, and then let's go back to March. We'll do this for March. Okay, and then we'll start on Sunday. Okay, all right. So then here what you can do is to start out, you just pick any truck you want. So when you pick the truck number, it'll automatically grab all the data associated with that truck number. Okay, so if you don't want to use like driver's license number or phone number, you can change this up. So let's say you want to use like MC number, or right. So here it'll be MC number, And here also change the MC number, okay? So it doesn't have to be phone number. You can change it to anything that you want that's associated with that truck number, right? Same thing here. If you don't want to change, you want to change this to something else besides the driver license number, you can change that as well. So whatever description you change up here and whatever you put down here, that's related to this truck here, it will also update to over here, okay? So let's say you want to put like email address of the driver, right? You can put their email. So sample email at gmail.com. So you can see here it also update, right? So it's just taking whatever's associating with this truck number, okay? But let's just put it back. This one here, we'll just put driver license number, okay? So we'll just do an example. Okay. Also, you can change the trailer number as well, and it also updates. So I just want to point out that you don't have to have just, you know, driver number or driver name, phone number, driver's license number, and trailer number. You can change it to anything that's relevant to your business. Okay. All right. So you can see here we picked the truck number. Let me set up another one as well, so you can see if you set up like another truck number, right, it will be part of the drop down menu. So if you pick 2 here, it's blank here because we didn't put anything that's associated with this 2, right? We only put anything that's only associated with 1. So let's go back and pick 1. Okay. So you pick 1, and then you can put any kind of load type you want here. So you know, I'll just do like groceries. This thing's carrying groceries. And then current truck location, I'll just say it's in Seattle, Washington. Available time, so let's say it's available at 7 a.m. Load origin, so let's say this thing needs to go to Mount Vernon, Washington, and it needs to drive down to Portland. And then you can say the status, right? These are all the status that you can pick from. So you can say loaded. So the loaded date, let's say we loaded on 3/16/2025, and then delivery date would be the same day. Okay. So then you have a broker here, right? It will just be broker 1. And then the load rate, so how much would you get for this? You know, say you get $5,000 for it. So that's basically how it works. So as you have more load, you can just fill this out, right, for each day, right, up through, I guess, the 7th day, up to Saturday. And then from there, what happens is you can go to the calendar view and then review your status for each of those date or the week. So I want to point out something. So you see empty loads here. These things are just counting the statuses. So because we have here loaded, it's 0, right? We don't have anything here. It's empty, booked, or in transit. But if you change this to empty, you're going to see that this is 1, right? And it's also highlighted red here. If you change this to book, it's going to count this as 1 because there's 1 booked here in highlight blue. And in transit, it'll be 1, right? And it'll highlight as green, okay? So that's an example there. So once you have this all filled out and you want to look at the calendar view, what you can do is you can go up here and pick from the drop down menu. So the drop down menu here, the dates here will match the date that you picked for the start date all the way through the end date of the week, right? So you should have March 16 all the way through March 22. So you can see here, you have March 16 to March 22 to pick from, right? So let's see. So on March 16, we enter in data for in transit. So here you can see if you pick all, it should show you all the statuses, but we didn't put anything for empty, right? So it'll be blank. And here if you put in transit, it'll show you that you have 1 load that's in transit. So it'll tell you where the current truck location is, the delivery destination, and the delivery date. Okay, so that's just a daily view. But if you want a weekly view, you can come down here and look at all the week, right? So again, the dates here would match whatever that you picked on the scheduler, okay? And here you can look at all the statuses that you want. So if you pick all, it can show you all the status. If you just pick a status, booked. You don't have anything that's booked, so that's why the blank. If you pick in transit, you're going to see that there's one here for 316, okay? And that's correct because that's the only data that we've entered in, okay? So here, so let's say you fill everything out and you're all done with the week, right? What you can do is you can run this script here so that it will move the data from this scheduler to the history. So you have archive data. So you can save that data. So what you have to do is you just click on it and it'll run the script, right? Okay, so it ran the script, and you can see after it ran the script, you can see the data got moved over, okay? So as you can see here, I was a little bit impatient, so I entered it in twice. So that's why I clicked on it twice. So that's why the data was replicated over twice. But, you know, each week that you finish this and you click on it, the data would automatically paste on the next blank cell. So for example, as you can see here, it's already filled out until line 30, right? And if I click it again, it should be filled out on line 31. So what I'm trying to show you is that when you run the script, it's not overriding the data. It just continuously pastes the data on the next available cell. So I run it again. Okay, finish script, and you can see here, right? So it goes to line 31. So it's not overriding the previous data, it's just copying data to the next blank cell. So you can use this like this forever. And then once you're happy that it's moved over here and your data is already archived, what you can do is go here and click clear. So I just want to show you real quick, we have enter data here. So if we click this button, it will clear out the schedule. You see, it's all blank. And so what happens is once it's blank, you can go to the choose your next week, right? You can go here and pick the next week that you're working on, and then you know you have a fresh schedule. So that's basically the flow of this scheduler. And notice here on the scheduler, it's not asking for miles, right? Its main goal is to look and schedule for a load, right? By the trip, not by the miles, okay? So that's the difference between, you know, this schedule and then the other two schedules that I sell. All right, so I showed you how that works. So I'll show you an example of one where everything's filled out. So this one I've done a mock-up where I fill out almost everything, and then you can see how it looks when it's all filled out, right? So this is the scheduler. So let me go to data setup. So I set up this as an example here, and then here I just go to the dispatch here and then fill out my data, right? If you fill out everything, you're going to see all the color like this, right? So, you know, you can pick any, you know, any truck that you want, and it auto-populate that, and then you just fill in all the lines here that is not gray out. So anything that's gray out has a formula, okay? And then once you fill that out, and you can come here and look at the schedule, so you can see on the schedule what it looks like, right? And you can filter by status, right? Okay, like that as an example, or you go to all, and then down here you can also see a weekly view, or you could for all the status, or you can just look at like one status, okay? All right, and then here you can also run the script again. So notice, let me just clear this out as an example to show you that it'll so you can clear out the archive if you want, but you don't have to. So here I'll just show you an example. So when I click on this, the script should run. Just taking a while. Oops, I need to allow authorization. Okay. So I authorize that script. So after I authorize that script, you can see here it archived the data to this tab here. All right. So if I click on it again, I just want to show you it's not overriding the data. So it should be on row 90. So if I click on it again, it's run the script. Okay, it finished the script. So you can see on row 90 it starts, you see, okay? So I'm not overriding the data. And here, you see everything's filled out, right? All the data here is filled out, and then I want to start a new week, right? So I already archive it and I want to clear it out. So what I do is just click this button, okay? And then everything's cleared. and then I can start a new a week fresh. Oh, so that's pretty much why the scheduler is so cool. So one thing I gotta note is, you can undo this in Google Sheet, right? For example, if you accidentally clear this, you go to hit undo, and then all your information will come back. But if you're using this in Excel, and this template's also available and compatible with Excel 2021 and above, you click this in Excel, clear, you cannot undo that. Okay, so I just want to note that. So in Google Sheet, you can undo, but in Excel, you cannot undo. So that's pretty much how this template works. So if you're interested in it, please check it out. I sell it on my website and on Etsy. So if you have any questions or concern, reach out to me on my website or on Etsy. And thank you so much for watching.